I hear a lot of students in grade school complaining about learning things that they think they'll never use. And I think that's just ridiculous. I am a professional musician, and I use all of the stuff that I learned in high school all of the time. This brings me to a segment called, When Am I Ever Going to Use That? Diagramming sentences. Here's a great sentence about music. Any two hexachords that can be combined without pitch class duplication, thereby completing an aggregate, are considered to be combinatorial by hexachord. Of course, before you can diagram a sentence, you have to break down each word by its part of speech. In this sentence, hexachords is clearly the subject. Right? I gotta look that up. Okay, wait, so what's a predicate nominative? Combinatorial doesn't actually modify hexachord because it's hexachordal combinatoriality. So hexachord actually tells me what type of combinatoriality it is. Subjunctive? I've never even heard that word. And combinatorial is a noun? Let's try another subject. One of my favorite things to do in school was to balance chemical equations. Here's one that I've just made up by selecting random chemicals. Alright, so in order to balance this chemical equation, we have to get the correct number of atoms on each side. So here on the left we have argon and chlorine, and on the right we have tennessine, neon, and iodine. You know that's not how chemicals work, right? I think I know how chemicals work, thank you. Neon won't react with anything, it's chemically inert. Your face is chemically inert. If you're like me, you sat in math class super bored because when am I ever going to use that? Here we have a triangle, and we need to figure out what each of the sides are. My geometry teacher, she always gave me little helpful shortcuts or something like PEMDAS or SOHCAHTOA, but I don't remember what those mean, so I guess they're not very helpful. First, we're going to label each of the sides, and we'll just use A, B, and C, and then we'll solve for this by using the Pythagorean theorem.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
This is an 0134 cell. It's made up of two sets of half steps separated by a major second. Stravinsky loved using this cell. But of course, as with any cell, its powerhouse is the mitochondria. I'm not confident any of this is right. Like 73% at best. If an organization wants to hire a clarinetist for their event, and the clarinetist charges $100 an hour, and the event is 4 hours long, how much exposure should the organization pay the clarinetist? Alright, so when you see this is actually called a courtesy accidental. So we don't actually need these here. That's just reminding you to go up 2 half steps. So f of x just equals g. Pretty simple. A train leaves Boston at 55 miles an hour and another train leaves New York City at 45 miles an hour. Assuming that both trains weigh the same amount, calculate the impact of the collision. Okay, what they're describing here is actually a middle school orchestra concert, and the impact is that the audience is destroyed. Alright, and there is the completed diagram sentence. Honestly, I didn't pay a lick of attention in that class. How does one split an infinitive? It seems to really be impossible. Of course, fractions are very simple, really. You just take the top number there, and that's the number of beats in a measure, and the bottom number is what gets the beat. So 7/8 plus 8/8 is obviously just 15/8. I don't rightly know what I'm looking at here. Like a rotten potato or something. And so finally what we do is we move this chlorine atom right here, and you can see our finished chemical equation. There. That's more like it. So there you have it, proof that I still use all of the skills that I learned in high school. Join me next time when we show off my cooking skills as a musician. Hi, yes, I'd like a large pepperoni pizza and order breadsticks, please.